Hey guys, we're back with another video. And this one is going to be about dating etiquette. And I've been wanting to get into this because this needs to be talked about. Okay. Now, um, in terms of how do you think that let's talk about how you think that a man should approach, well, do you feel like it's better for a man to approach a woman, or do you feel like it doesn't matter, a woman can approach a man, or what do you prefer, just in your opinion?
Are you asking me?
Hmm.
I think that, we're from the South. We're from the South. So I think that, now I know with my mother, I don't want to upset any of the angry feminists out there, but my mother has very strict mentality
Hmm.
of what she thinks is appropriate and what's not appropriate for young ladies and young men to be doing. She's always talking about it. And she's like, ladies, she's just like, don't text a guy at the wrong time of night. He'll get the wrong idea about you.
Don't be triple texting
Yeah,
him. Don't be.
right. And
Mm-mm.
I think that that's true to an extent, but at the same time, it's like people say, you are going to be looked at a certain way by guys regardless. It's up to you
Right.
to change his point of view, because there are plenty of guys out there that no matter how educated the girl is, how sophisticated she presents herself, how covered up her body is, he always thinks that he can make her bring out that freak. And I think that people are complex individuals, so there may be different parts to somebody. You know, uh, Brenda might strip on the weekends, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have a 4.0 GPA. So I think that part of the dating etiquette, we have to sort of dispel the myth that if you do certain things, then you are this kind of way, because there's plenty of closet freaks out there. But
Mm-hmm.
we'll save that for another time. I just think that, as far as texting, to answer your question, um, I do think that guys are natural born hunters, and that they want things that don't necessarily come easy to them.
Hmm.
But I do think
Yes,
at the same
they do.
time that eventually a guy is going to get tired of always having to do the chasing. So
Right.
what I would say is, in order to keep him, have the mystery, but make your intentions plain and clear from the beginning,
Mm-hmm. From the
because you
get
also
go.
don't want to hit that that friend zone, you know what I mean?
Mm-mm. Don't
Because
want it.
that's you can't start. I think a lot of people are like, well, I'm just going to start by being their friend, and then eventually they'll see, and then we can do this and that.
No.
No, boo,
No.
it's not going to work like that, because if you start out just as friends, I don't mean just as friends talking and texting, because everybody, you have to do that in order to get to know somebody. But I'm saying, if you start out, when you meet somebody,
Mm.
within the first year of you knowing them, all y'all have been as friends, and you know them, you see this person on a regular basis, more than likely there's not going to be anything romantic that comes out of that.
Right. And most likely, and my thing about that is, if y'all were attracted to each other and he says, he keeps talking about your body and how he's so attracted to you and like physically, and he just thinks that you are so sexy and all this other stuff, and like, that physical attraction is there, and but he's still like, I just want to be friends, I don't want a relationship, I just want to be friends. And then that's where your wires get crossed as
Mm-hmm.
well, because you have not, I mean, if you haven't, if even if you have stated your intentions for this relationship between you two, then he still is going to be telling you, I mean, he's going to tell you straight up, this is not what I want. I don't want to be your boyfriend. I don't want to like have a relationship with you. He's going to tell you that straight up. So it's up to you to decide, okay, so am I okay with just being just friends and addressing the fact that I'm not going to be giving myself to you? Um,
Yeah. Never give
then
with the expectation that they're going to give you what you want by you giving your body to them, because it's not going to happen.
right, exactly. And if he's still
Don't feel
okay with
pressure.
that, then that's a good sign. If he's okay, if there is that physical attraction and he's still okay, even though he knows that you kind of like him, and he's still okay with y'all just being friends without, the sex, then that's a good sign because that means that he respects you. But if he's like, well, I mean, why can't we just be we friends, like we buddies, we cool. Like why can't we just,
Right. And you
mess
have to
around a
know
little
the
bit?
signs
No.
because I know I talk a lot on my Twitter. If any of y'all follow me or have seen my Twitter page, I talk and do a lot of posts about distance because distance we're more getting into something else now. We talk about that.
Right. Yeah.
But when you're in the same proximity, that's what examples are that we're giving. We're talking about when you see somebody or you go to school with somebody and they're right there near you and they're telling you that they just want to be friends. That's a different thing as saying, I don't know now.
Yeah.
Check back. I hate to say it like that, but the dating world is really confusing, and it's not something that there can be a manual written on because every case is different. But we're speaking about 9 out of 10 times. If a guy's saying he doesn't want a relationship with you, even if he's trying to get you out of your pants, more than likely that's not going to be. Now that's not saying he's never going to be somebody's husband because guys do this switcheroo all the time.
Really,
They do the frog prince is what I call it. That's one woman's frog, it's another woman's prince, and he might be the best dad in the world and won't never want no guy to look at his daughter cross-eyed, anything like that, but he was a dog when he was out here in these streets running around. And I mean, that's just one thing that we have to live by. Everybody acts on their time. It's up to you to decide, are you going to stick around? Because I'm not here to judge anybody if they say, well, I want to stick it out. I want to see, I love him, etc., etc. Do you? But it's just, that's the ins and outs when you look at, dating and things of that sort. Now, on to dating etiquette. Because that is the thing with
getting off.
We're talking about computer love dating.
Right.
I mean, I really think that when you first start talking to somebody, sex should not be immediately on the table in the first place. If you plan on having a serious, meaningful relationship with them.
Yeah.
It should more so be things like them getting to know you, them getting to know, asking how your day was,
right?
Asking things about your family.
Also, the hard questions like, what are your political views? How do you feel about certain issues? Like, also those things, because that also helps you to get to know what kind of person they are, and if you want to even have a future with that person, if you can even see yourself with that person in the future. Because I know for me, and maybe I'm just mature in my thinking in this way, but I want to know, what you think about like abortion. I want to know what you think about like what are your religious views, like things like that. Because for me, I honestly don't date just to be dating. Like if I date you, I think that you're like this amazing person and you might eventually be my husband. So I date to marry. Yes. So
she's the marrying kind. We both the marrying kind.
Exactly. Right. So we take things seriously. So we want to know what, like all the ins and outs, all the details of you. So that's really important to ask the hard-hitting questions too, because especially if you get this response that's like, why are you asking me why are you asking me all these questions? If you get that type of response, an alarm should go off in your head when you hear that response.
And pay attention, just in closing, the things that you want to pay attention for to let you know that somebody may be down for you internally, because I don't mean externally. People play games all day.
Yeah.
But one thing that does not lie is emotion and feeling. When somebody tells you, they hang on to your every word, and they tell you, they do things like, for instance, if I see you got on a shirt that says 90 East today, and then I title one of my pictures 90 East, that shows I'm thinking about her.
Right.
Things like that.
It doesn't always have to be, I mean, we're not saying like put your whole relationship out on social media, especially in the beginning stages, because I mean, that's honestly not wise,
Because for me, I feel like when people put things out there, number one, who are you putting all this out there for? Are you trying to make somebody jealous? But secondly, all you're doing is you're making outsiders see, oh, they in a relationship, on my break. You'd be surprised. There are people who want to be professional side pieces. you know, and they want to be professional thotters and boppers, and they out here moving around. The way that they move is just on the basis of they specifically target people who are in relationships. It's specific,
Right.
and they want to break it up, you know?
Right, because
And
they like
yeah,
it's like a dangerous game that they're playing.
right.
They
It's the
like
thrill
that.
of the, you know, the excitement. I saw somebody, there was a post and it was so birdish, but it was like, I'd rather be a side chick to a, what did it say? I'd rather be a side chick to a loyal guy than be a main chick to a cheater. That's exactly. I think that's the reaction it got. That was a general consensus amongst everybody on social media because it was just like, okay, who wrote this? What slum is this chick from? Because first of all, you're not loyal if you're in a committed relationship and you're
Right.
straying.
Right.
Now, that's not to say that every loyal relationship you're in is meant to last. So if you find yourself tired of the person that you're with, if you find yourself feeling like, damn, I should be with this person, but I just can't. Now I'm tied up with this person. Get out of that situation that you're in. Get out of
Mm-hmm.
it. There's no point in, and I know the videos about etiquette, but it's all
It
relationships.
all ties
It's
in.
all interconnected.
Yeah.
Don't be with somebody just because they're close to you when the person that you're meant to be with is right here available for you. You just have to go get it. Just go get it. Just go get it.
Yeah.
Work. Don't be afraid to work for things that you need.
Right. And I feel like a lot of times people don't like to work as hard. Like they just want to be
Right.
lazy about
Exactly.
it. But if you want something to work, you need to put the effort in.
Exactly.
You have to do
You
the
have
work.
to.
So
Just because two people are meant to be together, just because you live 1,000 miles away and I can't see you and be laid up in the bed with you every night, doesn't mean that you're not meant for me. That just means maybe I need to wait for you to.
maybe wait for an opportunity.
Right. Like, why are we? I mean, in 2016, I mean, most of the people that I hang with, they're college graduates or they're college graduate age. You know, this is
Yeah.
my sister. She's 19,
Yeah.
but I feel like at the age at which most of my friends are and my peers, like y'all got to get more mature about situations and relationships. Like y'all can't be moving out here like you're in a high school relationship and posting and bragging and I mean, why are we doing that at this age?
No
like
point.
it's just not it's not the business. So I don't condone that. I feel like everybody just needs to just get out here and focus on what's important. Focus on trying to be in a lasting relationship with the person that you're destined to be with, not just the person that you're closest to.
Right.
But
not just to fill up time.
Exactly. Just stop that. Stop being in relationships. There's nothing wrong with dating to see who you need to be in a relationship with. To my point.
Right.
Don't get the first thing like, oh, it's October. It's getting cold. You know, don't do that.
No.
Don't do that. That's so not sexy. But that's all I have to say. You have any closing comments?
Final comments. Let's see. I feel like we pretty much covered everything. But anyway, I'm not even gonna ramble because I feel like that's what I'm about to do. So, I really appreciate you all for watching this video. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below, okay? Because I really want to know what you think. And also, just, make sure you like this video, thumbs up, and subscribe because we are going to be doing more of these talks because I feel like these topics are very important to talk about. So, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.